Okay. I have not seen one American happy right now, like at all. And truthfully, this is on some straight bullshit. We're joining a conflict that has nothing to do with us. Like officially, we have joined. I even said it that it's not if we're going to join, it's when. There's a new saying for Trump. Trump taco. Trump always chickens out. He plays tough. He likes to look tough. He doesn't mind sending other people to war, even though him and his grandfather has draft dodged. But when it comes to him, when it comes to us, the middle, the lower class, the poor, he don't give a crap about. He had no business attacking those people. If Israel and Iran has a war, they have a conflict, let them figure it out. Let them fight each other. But for us to have any involvement in this is crazy. Now I'm just waiting to see how China and Russia are going to respond. Now I'm waiting to see that these sleeper cells that are in Iran, I mean, that are in America, because there's got to be sleeper cells here. How they're going to respond. See, it's not just going to be a domino effect for all Americans. It's just a fu for people who benefit so much from us that we don't benefit nothing from them. Not a single damn thing we benefit from joining this conflict at all. Not a single fucking thing. I am so sick and tired of it. Sure, I put my hand on there, man. Look. But back to what I was saying that this we had no reasons to bomb them. Nothing. I don't care if it's an alleged nuclear site. We give so much money to Israel. Let them get their own planes and bomb them themselves. We have no business being in that crap. I don't understand this shit. I mean, really, I'm trying not to curse on a YouTube live because lives get strikes and all kinds of shit. But I mean, let's be real here. I'm an American that's frustrated. I don't want to be involved in this conflict. I don't want my kid to be in this conflict. I don't want nobody that I love to be in this conflict. And those fat old rich people that have been in power for 30 plus years will not feel the impact of this at all. We will. Arcane, hi, how you doing, man? I'm just really frustrated because Trump just said that he went ahead, I guess, gave permission to bomb 3 nuclear sites, which doesn't make any sense. First off, I thought you needed Congress approval for that. So unless Congress and Trump had a secret meeting, I don't know how this even happened. Oh Lord. I mean, come on. You saw what happened. We declared the quote unquote war on terror for, false information that got us drug into that crap. We are involved in some utter BS because of Israel, and it has nothing to do with us. If they wanted to bomb, realistically speaking, the only reason that Israel, for some reason, gets in so many conflicts is because of Netanyahu. I don't even care if I mispronounce his name. It's strictly because of him. That man does not want to let go of his position of power. So the best way to do that is to keep having wars and conflict going on. Hell, even Bill Clinton himself said that. And it's funny that he's speaking like that now when he's out of office and close to the grave. So he has nothing to lose. He could be more honest in these situations. Iran has been close to developing nuclear weapons for what, 20 years now? I think it would have been developed by now. I mean, you go look back in the timeline. Bill Clinton, yeah, they're about 5 years away. George W. Bush, yeah, they're months away. Trump, they're days away. They're always somewhere close to developing these nuclear weapons that never come. And I'm not saying Iran does not have the capability, they clearly do, or they're not able to garner resources, they clearly do. They have deals with all kinds of countries around the world, and they could have probably got some of the resources for, I think, what's the plutonium, whatever it's called, for a nuclear bomb. But why does America? Oh my God, man. I'm so frustrated because of nobody wants another world war. Nobody wants another war in general. And again, it's always the same people. Old, selfish, entitled white people tend to cause the most conflict in the world. Man, we need to get Trump out of office. We need to get our Senate and House out of office because they serve no purpose. It is going to do whatever Trump wants to do. And by proxy, that means what Netanyahu, which I still don't understand. Why the fuck this man get to come into our Senate and give speeches and dictate what should be done and talk down to the American Senate when he's out there asking for our money and resources all the time? I mean, think about that for a second. That man acts so freaking entitled to America. They have free healthcare, right? If they need a surgery, that's done. Even if it's, wherever it's here or there, it's free. They get so many benefits that Americans want. We pay for their lifestyle, but they look down on us. And we owe them nothing. The only people that really owe them, quote unquote, anything were the Germans, not America. And then I saw on the news that Florida is going to be welcoming some of the people from Israel with open arms, supposedly. And again, nobody wants that trouble here. How are you going to start a conflict, run away to another country, and try to find safe haven when you're the problem? So now that problem that you created is now going to follow you from point A to point B. Daniel, happy Saturday to you too, man. I'm just, it's one of these situations that I'm too old to get drafted. I know that, right? But if you ever had a hard life, if you ever seen anybody pass away in front of you, if you ever been in a life or death situation, or if you just in the most common situation served, you know that you don't want to be involved in these type of days because life is too precious and too short. And ideally, you want the next generation to be able to live in peace and thrive, not go into a senseless war that has nothing to do with them again. We were not attacked first. Israel attacked them first. Israel attacked them first. Then they got in over their head. And what does Netanyahu do like he always does? Come running to America. He disrespects our democracy. He disrespects our people. And he's hanging on to power for too long by starting these little conflicts. We get involved. We send money. We lose resources. Our country falls. Our education falls. It's just so frustrating. It's so unbelievably frustrating. I just, I know I cannot be the only person that's feeling this way. Whether you're American or not, you gotta feel this frustration that your country is literally saying "f you" and what you want. I'm gonna listen to this old white man that has been in power for over 20 years and has done nothing, offered nothing to America. And then he tries to manipulate Americans and try to play on those heartstrings. Oh, well, hey, it's Tel Aviv first, then maybe New York. What? Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Like, literally, get the fuck out of here with that shit. If there is an attack on American soil, I guarantee you it's going to have something to do with Israel. It's going to be Israel related. Either because we supported them, or there was a document that came out that showed they had sites of planned attacks in case we didn't cooperate. Bullshit. Sorry, I'm making some butter. But yeah. Biggest bullshit I ever seen all day, all week, all year. Actually, enough of that butter. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I was stopping because I was making butter, but yeah, I'm just so tired of the bullshit, man. I don't know who's even watching. It's just so. How do y'all feel about this conflict? Like in real talk, in all serious, how do y'all feel about this shit? Do you think World War III is going to start next week? So we bombed them on a Saturday. On Monday, we're going to see what the retaliation is going to be. Because I still haven't seen what Russia and China is going to say or do. Jesus. This is not listening to the people. Every single person that is in our House or Senate are supposed to be elected by the people. The president is supposed to serve the people, but the people are being ignored for people who don't even live here. We have no moral high ground. Look at our country right now. We are deporting people that don't need to be deported. In fact, I think that's the other reason why Trump wanted to stop the deportations, if you think about it for a second. Because I think he already knew ahead of time this conflict was going to happen. He knew ahead of time that this war was going to potentially start. So, all these people he's trying to deport, he's like, you know what? We're going to need more people that are disposable to go to these wars. So, if a draft does start, and they have a fast track to get to citizenship, they're going to send those people to those wars. And that's really what I think it is. Because it was kind of odd. It was all on board all of a sudden to go ahead and stop. What was it? You want to have people that work on farms, work in hotels, the Hispanic people, and have them like a fast way to work with the government to become citizens. And I thought that was really odd. And not even a week later, we're sitting here supporting Israel bombing another location. Oh Lord, man. I think I need a drink. Yeah, I think I need a drink. I need a drink. That's exactly what I need. So I'm kind of curious how many honest American lives this is going to cost. I'm not really too concerned about the Israeli lives because they started the conflict. They attacked first, but America did not. How many American lives is this going to cost, and how many loving your country and criticizing your country can go hand in hand because if you don't criticize something, that means you don't care about it. So for us to be in this shit, and we're literally in this shit right now. And again, like I said before, I'm not worried about being drafted. I'm more worried about the younger people being drafted, the 18 to 26-year olds. You know, people like Trump and Lizzie Graham and Jesus, man, this is how do y'all feel about this? I know I cannot be the only person that's frustrated about this situation. I can't be. I know I'm not. Just for the few videos and articles and comments that I've seen, people are upset. Americans are upset. In large, you wanted nothing to do with this. Let them fight out amongst themselves. Let them figure it out. Why get us involved? Because when you get us involved, other people are going to get involved, like China, like Russia, and then maybe India, because India's a wild card. It can go back and forth. So then you have the three most powerful military. against Israel, which apparently the military is crap because they can't even stand on their own. Then the United States, and then the UK or Britain or whatever, and maybe France. Those odds are not looking good because when you look at the Russian and the Chinese militaries alone, they are very disciplined. They are very focused. Hell, you'll see videos of their kids training or practicing war tactics while they're kids. And I know this is the martyr age, 2025, so most likely none of this stuff will be fought on a real battlefield. It's all going to be drones and missiles and whatnot, right? I get that. But it has been proven and shown that technology, I can't even say the word, so I'm so frustrated right now. Technology wise, China has us beat. Unless, America is gatekeeping all the great technology they have for the military, which would probably track. But I don't want America to get drafted into this. I don't want to see a cousin get drafted. I don't want to see, you know, this is not how you make America great again by putting America as last. You do not make America great again by pitting Americans last. I have seen massive MAGA supporters, straight up right wing red folks that are not in support of this also. You are ignoring your large base for what? And I can tell I'm gonna get a migraine now. Ignoring the large base for what? For once, I really wish we had a system of government that thought of its people, the people that pay your salaries, the people that fight your wars. I wish we had a government system that actually worked for the people. Because this right here is not it. Putting us into another conflict that could probably last another 10 years is not it. If Israel is so amazing, why can they not stand on their own and fight their own war without getting American support or help? They disrespect us, they don't appreciate our country or our people. But somehow America has bent over backwards to kiss their butts. But we have done nothing to them, but we have done everything for them, even above our own Americans. Just think about that for a second. The laws that passed, the quote unquote Jewish hate, anti Semitism stuff, which again, nothing to do with Americans. Now, there's an argument if you want to say the stop Asian hate thing or, black people or Native Americans, people who actually suffered in this land, in this country. I can understand that 100%. Mexicans, etc. But the Israeli Jews is not it. We have not caused them any pain. If anything, they have got the land of paradise they always wanted through us. Well, it's leveled down now. I mean, it's a lot of it got blown up. So I guess it is what it is. I just find this interesting. They felt bold enough to start all these conflicts when Trump is in office. We have so much issues at home with the deportations, with the oh God. It's just man, my head is killing me right now. And a lot of the time when I'm on live talking about this stuff, I'll have somebody come and troll me, you know. But this time I don't, which is kind of surprising. This don't this ain't it. This ain't it. This is not it. Let the Israeli people stay on their own. Or if they don't stay on their own, let them get help from somebody else. If there's such a great country and land and people, let somebody else stand with them. Whatever other allies they may have, let them stand with them. Happy Saturday. So what is this, June 21st, 2025? This is gonna be marking a day that could potentially start World War III. I need to get off here and see what you call it. If Iran and not Iran, excuse me, if China and Russia have responded yet, what their viewpoints of it is. And you gotta think about it. A lot of military towns in America or military bases in America are surrounded by a lot of towns. So if Iran or whoever wanted to also go give us back what we gave to them and bomb the bases, it's not gonna be just impacting the military people. It's gonna be impacting the civilians that live around those bases too. Somehow, I think we got under the impression that America is untouchable because we're way overseas and we are ideally surrounded by our allies, that being Canada and Mexico, even though Trump has ruined relations with them with these dumbass tariffs. But we are at our weakest right now than we have ever been. We don't have good relationships with Mexico. We don't have good relationships with Canada. And I won't say they probably won't help because it'd be in our own best interest to help if we were to get attacked. But let's be real here. Who's to say that Russia wouldn't just go through Alaska and Canada not interfering? It's like, okay, let's go ahead and travel through and come to America that way. Who's to say that one of these sleeper cells are here? Because there's got to be some sleeper cells here. I am not foolish enough to think that we won the war on terror or there's no such thing as, Iranian sleeper cell agents waiting to attack, just like we may have some in their country too. That's just the way the world is. There's going to be sleeper cells on each country anywhere. I'm pretty sure we got some for China and Russia here too. It's just what it is. It's part of the game. Who's to say they won't activate and do something? As you get older, you start thinking about, the long term, the short games, the long games, all this other kind of stuff. And you realize the older you get, and you pay more attention to the politics and the government, that they don't give a fuck about us. Now, if America got provoked or attacked for no reason, I can understand 100%. Cool. Let's go to work. Let's get busy. There won't be a need for a draft because you'll have people volunteer left and right. Kind of like with 9/11. When 9/11 happened, you didn't need a job. People was volunteering left and right when 9/11 happened because we was under the oppression at the time. It was an act of terror out of nowhere. And 20 years later, we realized the truth. It wasn't an act of terror out of nowhere, right? 20 years later, we're like, oh, okay. We could have prevented that if we truly wanted to, but we didn't. And instead of us taking responsibility, we sat here and manipulated the people and controlled the media to pull on our heartstrings, making movies and stuff like that, so people will join and fight a war and lose their lives for a politician, old politician who probably wears a diaper. I'm not referring this to Trump in this instance. I mean, if you look at all these old ass politicians that are above the age of retirement in office, who are literally probably wearing diapers, or in some cases are just on IVs being rolled in or in wheelchairs being rolled in. I don't think anybody should be serving the office. You cannot walk straight into there. Doesn't make any sense. I am tired. I am frustrated. I'm an American. I love my country. I love my people. But the people who are elected do not love us. They don't care about us. It is clear as day now. They don't care about us. And now we have all these travel bans all across the world. Is I suspected things was gonna heat up. Things was gonna get active whenever they did all these travel bans. If you think about it, you just can't get a passport, hop on a plane, leave America anymore for the most part because you're pretty much banned or restricted going anywhere. Land of free, we can't go nowhere. Land of free, and we gotta have specialized IDs to go from state to state. When people are okay with having rights taken away because they have a radicalized idea of what their beliefs are. It's not the fact that MAGA was the most popular, it was just the loudest. And they use that loudness to intimidate people and keep them from thinking for themselves. And it's to be a part of the crowd because people have this pack mentality that they want to be with the loudest in what they receive to be the best. But they really stop and think, they're like, wait a minute, why is this way? Why are we losing this? Nobody questions it until it's too late. Nobody questions it until it's too late. So I'm just waiting to see where the next tax is going to be at. What's the next retaliatory tax going to be? And how was Trump able to get this done without Congress signing off on it, without the Senate? Well, the Congress signing off. I thought it took an act of Congress to go ahead and attack. I think there's some special circumstances here and there, but come on now. They say there's no direct attack on Americans on this. There was no reason for us to join this conflict, and they can't find a reason. You know what I think why? Um, there was this big thing. What was it last year? And TikTok actually should have been rebanned yesterday, if I remember correctly, or 2 days ago. Or it was 20th. The TikTok ban was supposed to go back into effect. The main reason they had such an issue with TikTok and Redno and these apps, because it showed what the world really thought about us. It showed the other perspective, the other side of the news. It showed that we were being lied to a lot by our CNN, MSNBC, and all these other news companies that's supposed to be transparent and tell American people what we should know, right? But instead, we get lied to, withheld information. So now that we can see the injuries and conflict of Iran, the envies conflict of excuse me, all these other places. You can see how the people actually don't really hate us; they just don't like our government. It opens your eyes to maybe the world is not as bad, scary as you think it is. I remember when I saw that article, I went and checked all of them. I just Googled it and I was like, okay, it's on Al Jazeera, it's on MSNBC, it's on TMZ. It was everywhere. Washington Post. And my main question is why? Just why? What real justification they have to let this happen? And what proof that they were actually nuclear sites? Because as far as I know, we have none. We have zero. They've been saying they have nuclear sites for years. And what does nuclear sites actually mean? Nuclear sites does not mean nuclear weapons. I mean, Iran could be trying to turn themselves into a nuclear country for fuel. I don't know. I don't know what a nuclear site is. And what reliable intel do they have about this? And I hope the intel didn't come from Israel. Let me be very clear that I hope whatever intel that we got that there was a quote unquote nuclear site that was making nuclear weapons. That's why I want to be very clear. I want it to be nuclear weapons, and they had plans to attack America. That's the only way that I can be like, okay, maybe. But at the exact same time, it does not need to come from Israel. Not in no way, shape, or form. I don't want to see a cent of Israel on those reports. If it's some type of intelligence, we got Iran has these nuclear bases that are making nuclear weapons and they have plans to nuke America. That's the only way I can see us striking. But it has a cent of Israel on there. I don't care for it. I don't want it. I don't want to see it. I don't give a damn about it. We should not be in that shit. We just shouldn't. We should not be in that shit. This does not involve us. This does not involve us. And, we've been doing a lot of protests this whole entire No Kings protests, which is doing no good apparently, because Trump is acting like a king. He wants to go ahead and just have people just bow down to undying loyalty. He wants to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna put my hand on the trigger, and he is the most dangerous man right now to have this kind of power. There is so much corruption and mistrust around the full Trump administration. It's amazing to me that he hasn't been impeached. And the only reason he is not is the people that he placed around him. He stacked the board. I didn't realize Trump was a chess player. And he played chess this whole entire time. It took him 60 years to get what he wanted, but he still got it. To be most powerful man with the largest military. I can't even say the most powerful man, but he's the man in charge of the largest military, allegedly, because you never know. We truly don't know how big the Russian and Chinese militaries are. Why would they report realistically what their full military force and power is? That's just something that they just tell us to make us feel better every night, I think. If I'm being really honest with you. With the way China has been developing their cities and their people, why wouldn't it be developing their military just as fast? I mean, think about that for a second. If China could sit there and develop their cities and their infrastructure, their technology fast, look so much better and greater than ours, mainly because, again, we help fund them by outsourcing our labor to them or outsourcing our labor to India instead of keeping it in America. It just doesn't make any sense. And I just don't know how we got to this point. I mean, did we blame Bill Clinton? Did we blame Ronald Reagan? Where does the blame really go? Yeah, I need to get out here. I need to relax. I need to do something because right now this is just the biggest bullshit ever. I know. Like, comment, and subscribe if you watched, or if you watch later. I don't know, but I hope. I really do hope this is not the start of the end.